I'm James Abdelmalek with Keller Williams Palos Verdes and Keller Williams Luxury International. In today's video, I will talk to you about investing in real estate part 2, fix and flip. In my last video, I explained to you how to buy rental income properties, which was part 1 in investing in real estate. And today, I will talk to you about investing in real estate part 2, buying a fixer-upper and flipping it for profit. A property flip is rehabbing a house for the purpose of a quick sale to make profit. Fix and flip is not a simple process that anybody can do just because they have money. Not all fixer-uppers have potential. Whether a particular ugly duckling house can turn into a swan depends on several factors. The best fixer-upper is the home that everybody will want in the future, but nobody wants right now. It is not about just buying a fixer-upper and repairing it, but it involves several factors of which I will lay out to you in 22 points. What I'm about to tell you is universal. It can be applied on any fix and flip investment anywhere in the USA or even around the world. Let's dive. Point number 1, know your financial capability and strength. Determine if you will purchase all cash or obtain a rehab loan, because rehab loans have more strict criteria than conventional loans. Expect the project may take from 3 months to 6 months, depending on how good you apply the following points. Point 2, have a professional realtor and a licensed contractor. You will need a professional real estate expert to help you find the fixer home, purchase it for you, prepare it for resale, and sell it for top dollars. The realtor will help you through most of the coming points, as you will see. You will also need a licensed contractor, but I recommend that you have 2 or 3 licensed contractors whom you trust their quality and are time-wise sensitive. You will need 2 or 3 licensed contractors for 2 reasons. Number 1, you can compare quotes between the 3 of them and work with the lowest quotes. Number 2, if anything goes wrong with the contractor you chose, you will have 2 others to back him for his work. Contractors have to be licensed to obtain permits from the city and be covered by insurance in case of any legal liability. Again, choose a contractor who you know and seen his work, you can trust, and is timely efficient. Point number 3, find the right neighborhood in the right city. When you look for the house, ask your realtor to find the right neighborhoods. Look at the right neighborhoods, not just the house. Try to buy the worst house in a great neighborhood versus the best house in a lousy neighborhood. Before you go into a neighborhood, look for 3 main things. Good school districts. Check out my video that I made on school districts. Low crime rate and high turnover rate. Turnover rate is the pace at which homes are selling in a neighborhood. Liquidity of the neighborhood. Turnover rate equals number of sales in the last 12 months over the number of homes in the neighborhoods. I always provide my clients with a turnover rate when we are in a flip project. Preferably, you are looking for a turnover rate of at least 7%. Point number 4, pick a single family house. Do not pick a condo or a townhome or a mobile home, as you will be very restricted as in any additions or upgrades that you may need or any kind of changes to the front yard, you will require association approval. Also, your carrying costs will be much higher because of the HOA fees involved with all of those 3. But if you're in a single family house, you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. Point number 5, look for value adding opportunities. The house with the highest potential is the house with the most upgrades needed. The most successful projects are the ones that need the most repair and upgrade work. I will provide more details and examples about value-adding opportunities in points 14, 15, and 16. Point number 6, Find a good location. Avoid a location that is noisy, like directly on a main street, or in proximity to a railway or airport or highway, or neighboring to a factory, for example. But rather find a house that's in proximity to positive factors such as stores, coffee shops, public transportations. All these increase the value of a home. Quiet streets and cul-de-sacs are preferred by most buyers. Type of view is a crucial factor to the value of the house. Is it a view of the ocean? Is it a view of the city? Is it a view of the mountains? All these help out in the selling process. Your realtor will review the NHD report, which is the National Hazard Disclosure report, to check the property's proximity to zones that may affect its value. Point 7, consider lot size. As a general rule, the larger the lot size of the house, the better. Larger than average size lots in the neighborhood are generally favored. Point 8, research the real estate market for the neighborhood and the city. Obtain the following stats from your realtor. Average days on the market. This will give you an indication to estimate how long it will take you to sell your home once it's on the market. Median sale price and price per square foot. This will help your realtor determine the ARV, or the after repair value. This is the future selling price of your house that you're flipping after you've done and performed all the rehab and repair procedures. Absorption rates. This evaluates the rate of which available homes are sold in a neighborhood in a month, which is basically number of homes sold last month divided by homes available for sale. A preferable absorption rate is anything over 20%. And the current inventory. This will tell you how many homes for sale will be competing with you. Regarding the after repair value, I will discuss this in detail in point number 20. Pick an area with low inventory, short listing periods, about 30 days on average, and high absorption rate. As I mentioned, preferably higher than 20%. Point number 9, ensure the area is a seller's market, because you want more buyers demanding homes in your area. I made a detailed video about the seller's market and buyer's market. I recommend you check it out. It will give you an understanding about this topic. Your realtor will inform you what type of market your fixer is in. Point number 10, have thorough professional inspections. Get a professional licensed home inspector who will give you detailed and thorough report of repairs needed. This is very important, as those inspectors, except for the home inspector, will give you estimate of repairs needed, and they will give you quotes. These will go under repair costs in point number 19, which I will discuss with you in detail. We need to distinguish between repair costs and rehab and upgrade costs. I like to separate them, repair costs versus rehab and upgrade costs. Inspections should cover home inspection, which is a general inspection of the home. Preferably, make sure your inspector has a thermal imaging to know what defects are behind the wall. The home inspector is not going to give you any quotes. He's not allowed to, but you're going to give all the problems in the house in this home inspection report to your contractor, and he will address those problems. Secondly, we need a termite inspection. They will give you what termites findings they find, and they will give you a quote to fumigate and remove them. Roof inspection. They will also give you a quote if there is a problem with the roof. Raid and mold and asbestos inspection. They will also give you a quote. A sewer inspection. He will also give you a quote, and pest inspection will also give you a quote. All these inspectors will give you a quote, and they will all provide the limited warranty that passes to the buyer of the house. So all these will give you indications and numbers of how much your repair costs are gonna be. Point 11, avoid properties with significant structural repair issues. Avoid significant issues with foundations, sewage, or structure that will incur over 5% of purchase price. Unless the price reflects the cost of this significant structural repair and you have significant rehab experience, then definitely do not go with this house. Remediation of structural problems can be extremely difficult and costly. Point 12, know your competition. Tour the other nearby houses for sale to better visualize what is possible in the house you are looking at. Compare those houses for sale. Look at the interior, the exterior, because that's what the buyers will be doing when your house is rehabbed and finished. They're gonna compare your house or your fixer to the other house on the market for sale. Point 13, get a bargain price on the fixer. Ensure that the price you are paying is the market value based on your fundamental analysis, which I will explain in detail in points 21 and 22. Rule of thumb, purchase price has to be 70% of after repair value minus repairs. I'll talk about the after repair value or ARV in point 20. I always negotiate the price down for my clients, and so should your realtor. I will show you how to determine the best bargain purchase price in a detailed example in point 22. Now, in the coming few points, I will talk to you about what work you need to do to add value to the fixer you are purchasing. Point 14, internal changes required for the fixer. We need to capture the buyer's admiration of the property. Buyers, based on my experience, prefer the following. For the layouts, make an open concept kitchen with the living room. Also, renovate the kitchen completely with stone countertops, kitchen island, with stainless steel sink and new light fixtures. Stainless steel appliances like refrigerator, range, dishwasher, microwave, all these make a big difference and add tremendous value. Upgrade the bathrooms to granite sinks, frameless glass shower doors, and modern faucets and plumbing fixtures. Try to create a lot of storage spaces. Install or upgrade an HVAC system so that you would have air conditioning to the potential buyer. It's a big factor. Also, consider staging the house. Stylish furniture makes the buyers picture themselves in the house. And it also helps the house sell at a faster rate. Of course, staging is an optional choice for you, but it will be part of your carrying cost, which we will discuss in point 19. Point 15, structural additions required for the fixer. These are highly recommended because these changes boost the value of the house big time. When you look at a house that you want to flip, make sure when you rehab it, it has a minimum of 3 bedrooms. If it has 2 bedrooms, add a third one. Make sure it has a minimum of 2 bathrooms. If it has 1 bathroom, add a second one. Install new windows and skylight to increase natural light in the house. Natural light gives comfort to whoever walks in and would want to fall in love with the house and buy it. Add a garage if it's not present, as it is an expected feature in a home and adds great value. Add anything that would increase the square footage of the fixer. Example, loft, an attic, a bonus room. All these additions, however, require permits from the city, and I will be discussing permits in point 17. Point 16, external changes required for the fixer. Pay attention to the exterior condition of the fixer and the curb appeal of the property. This is the first impression the buyer will get on your property. Although high-end finishes on the inside are very important, you want to grab the customer walking in the streets. Conform to your neighborhoods, but let your property look different. Your project should conform to the neighborhood in square footage, but be different in other ways through your choice of finishes, landscaping, and overall curb appeal. Adding exterior landscaping such as pavers, flowers, shrubs increases curb appeal and value of the home. Point 17, know the permit process in the city, timeline, and permit costs. As we discussed in point number 15,
any structural changes to the fixer, whether it was adding a bedroom or a bathroom or installing a new window or putting in a garage, all these items that have this kind of structural change will require a permit from the city and the building departments. So you gotta familiarize yourself with permitting in the city. Know the requirements of obtaining permits.
Point 18, set a timely schedule for rehab and repairs. Try not to exceed the project timeline set or your carrying costs will increase. The schedule will be set by your contractor's project timeline and time span of obtaining permits from the city. Point 19, prepare a detailed, thorough budget to estimate total costs. You need to prepare a detailed and a very thorough budget to forecast and involve your realtor and contractor. You have to understand all your costs and all the line items under your costs. Your detailed budget should include purchase costs of fixer. We will be discussing this in detail in point 21 and 22. Plus acquisition costs. These are the closing costs, the escrow fees, the inspection fees, and the appraisal fees of which you paid in your escrow process as you were purchasing the fixer. Plus carrying costs. These are the insurance of the fixer, the utilities that you incur every month, the property tax that you pay, the landscaping that you pay every month, the interest on the loan that you pay as you are holding the house till you sell it, and the optional staging, which you would be staging furniture in the house. Plus repair costs. These are the costs based directly on the quotes from the professional inspectors, which we discussed in point 10 and point 11. Plus rehab and upgrade costs. These are the internal additions, the external additions, and the structural additions, which we discussed in point 14, 15, and 16. Plus reserve costs, repair cost buffer, which are basically unanticipated costs. These costs are simply just in case when you are going into a rehab project and you break the wall, you find something that you weren't unanticipating, not expecting, some extra cost that you have to repair that you did not put into consideration. That's what that's for. Usually best practice is you estimate 20% of the rehab and upgrade costs and add it as a line item. Plus permit costs. Permit costs we discuss in point 17. This will gonna depend on the city, and each city varies from the other. Plus selling costs. This is going to be based on the net sheet that's going to be provided from your realtor. That which will include the escrow fees, the title fees, the realtor fees, and the transfer tax. Notice in the selling costs, there is no attorney fees, there is no marketing or advertising fees. The reason for that is because your realtor takes care of all of this. He will be acting as your real estate attorney in making sure all the documents are signed and complete and everything is disclosed, that you have no legal liability. He will take care of all of that. He will follow up with escrow and with appraisal and with everything else in the escrow process. And he will take care of all the advertisement and marketing for the property. Plus, he will also take care of all the negotiations on your behalf. That's why it's highly recommended that you use a realtor through the entire process. All these costs add up together to give you the total cost or the total investment in the fixer. Point 20, have your realtor estimate after repair value or ARV. This is a key thing. You need to estimate the selling price at the end of the project accurately to compare to your total costs. Your realtor will prepare for you a CMA, a comparative market analysis, for you to know what to expect as an ARV or an after repair value. Check also the timing of the sale. Be aware that seasonality can affect home prices and certain times of the year are harder months to sell homes in. Typically, prices are highest and homes sell most frequently in the late spring and early summer months. And prices are lowest and marketing tends to go down at winter time. Point 21, determine feasibility of the investments. This is accomplished in 2 steps. Step 1, fundamental analysis. This is to determine the bargain purchase price. After collecting all the total costs from point 19 and estimating the ARV after repair value in point 20, we need now to know and determine if it is a good investment or not. A good flip will cost you 70% of ARV minus repairs. So negotiate the price down such that it would be 70% of after repair value minus repairs. I will explain it more detailed in step or point 22. Step 2, profitability analysis. After negotiating down the price, calculate the future profits and ROI, which is return on investment. You need to know what profit you will make. This profit is your known capital gain. Profit equals ARV minus total costs. ROI equals profit divided by total cost or total investment. Now, point 22, I want to give you an example of fundamental analysis to determine feasibility of an investment flip. Let's take a look together. So for the step 1 fundamental analysis, we're going to see a spreadsheet of the fundamental analysis to determine the bargain purchase price. First thing that goes on there is, of course, the purchase cost of the fixer at asking price, $500,000, plus acquisition costs, $25,000, carrying costs, $14,250, repair costs, $25,000, rehab and upgrade costs, $60,000, reserve costs, $12,000, permit costs, $5,000, and selling costs of $38,000. The total cost comes to $679,250. So we already received from the realtor that the after repair value, the ARV, is $700,000. So what we need to do right now is to apply the 70% rule. 70% rule, 70% of the ARV would be $490,000. That's 70% of the $700,000. Minus the repairs, which are $25,000, will give us $465,000. This is the maximum offer we should offer for this house. We should not go above that. Now that we've done the fundamental analysis in step 1, now let's do step 2, profitability analysis. And this is applied after we negotiated down the purchase price down to the maximum offer price, which was $465,000. So
If they go with our offer and it's $465,000, we add to that the acquisition costs. We noticed that it decreased, but it became $23,250 because we already decreased the purchase price, and the acquisition cost is kind of sensitive to the purchase price, so it goes down a little bit with it. Plus the carrying costs, $14,250 didn't change. Repair costs did not change. Rehab and upgrade costs did not change. Reserve costs and repair cost buffer did not change. The permit costs did not change, and the selling costs did not change. So the total cost, or the total investment of the fixer now, is $642,000. The after repair value is as is from the realtor, $700,000. So the profit is the ARV minus the total cost, which is $57,500. The return on investment is 8.9%. So this is your return on investment in this transaction, and you made $57,500 net profits in your hands. So it's up to you to determine if that is a good profit for you, or you want more, or that's more than enough for you or not.
Well, there you have it. I gave you 22 points to become experts in flipping a fixer for profit. Follow them and you can't go wrong. If you ever need my help in any flip, in anywhere in the United States, it doesn't have to be California only, it could be in any state, just let me know. Call me on the number shown on screen, and I would be very happy to give you advice or help you out. If you ever want to sell a house or buy a house or invest in real estate, call me anytime. Again, it will be my pleasure to work with you and help you. Our next video is going to be investing in real estate part 3, which is basically investing in real estate for yourself. What to do when you're choosing a house for yourself. What are the steps and what to look for? So basically, what to do in shopping for a house to live in for yourself. You don't want to miss that episode. It's going to be very informative. In the meantime, if you have any real estate questions at any time, feel free to text me on the number shown on screen. See you in the next video. God bless.